Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7's brought to you by your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. These days it's hard to find value for money on your weekly shop, right? Well, maybe you're doing it wrong. You need to unlock the magic of your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. Every Friday, you can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while nectar prices are for everyone, your nectar prices are just for you. So check your Nectar app and unlock your nectar prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discount on things you love with your nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. The offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 your nectar prices weekly. Available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T's and C's apply. On today's Smart 7, Labour conference hears of harder choices ahead. Trump and Netanyahu propose peace plan and much more. It's Tuesday 30th of September, it's podcast day, and happy birthday Kieran Culkin.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Day 2 of the Labour Party conference in Liverpool saw serious cabinet heavyweights take the stage, including Chancellor Rachel Reeves, New Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood and Defence Secretary John Healey. The Justice Secretary used her speech to criticise racism at the Tommy Robinson March and lay out a new tough regime to regain control of our borders. She also says that migrants will have to prove they are contributing to society to earn the right to remain in the UK. Chancellor Rachel Reeves was focused on growth, but warned that there are harder choices ahead when it comes to the economy. She also pledged to introduce a new youth guarantee to ensure every young person will be offered a college place or apprenticeship.
We won't leave a generation of young people to languish without prospects. I commit this Labour government to nothing less than the abolition of long-term youth unemployment.
The big question was whether or not the harder choices and references to borrowing meant that tax rises are on the way, but Keir Starmer's Chief Secretary Darren Jones wasn't giving much away.
Well, the manifesto stands today because decisions haven't been taken yet. We've got forecasts coming from the Office of Budget Responsibility. We don't know what those say yet, and when the Chancellor is in a position to make decisions, which she will be in the coming weeks, she will make those decisions and then she'll tell the country.
Monday saw Moldova's ruling party hold on to its majority despite Russian attempts to interfere in the election, and the result was hailed by President Maia Sandu as a strong mandate for Moldova to join the European Union. Monday also saw Denmark calling up military reservists as it responded to what appeared to be more Russian drone activity over the weekend, and it seems NATO countries are preparing to take more aggressive action against Russian incursions. The UK's Defence Secretary John Healey addressed the Russian president directly at the Labour Party conference.
President Putin, you will not win. Stop the killing, start the talks, agree a peace. We will stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes.
Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk was taking an equally tough line.
We will not lose. Ukraine will win this war. We will preserve Ukraine's independence and secure the future of our children and generations to come. I firmly believe this. Think about it, talk about it, and take action.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was at the White House on Monday to meet with President Donald Trump and discuss the proposed US peace deal for Gaza. The 20-point plan would see all hostages released, Hamas forced to disarm, and the release of Palestinian prisoners, along with a withdrawal of the Israeli military from Gaza and a new international board of peace. Trump and Netanyahu also apparently phoned Qatar during the meeting, and the Israeli PM apologised for the attack on Hamas targets in Doha. Trump described Monday as one of the greatest days ever in civilization, but Hamas have not as yet agreed to the deal. The Israeli Prime Minister was determined that Israel will seek to complete its aims, one way or the other.
This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way. But it will be done. We prefer the easy way, but it has to be done.
The UK COVID inquiry was back in session on Monday with the new module looking at the impact that the pandemic had on education. This is the 8th session of the inquiry, and on its opening day it heard testimony from former Tory Education Secretary Gavin Williamson that there was only one day of planning before schools were closed. He described the decision as a discombobulating 24-hour sea change, which came about because there were no contingency plans in place. Chair of the inquiry, Baroness Hallett, said that the focus of the next 4 weeks will be on the impact the pandemic had on children, which for many was severe and long-lasting. Primary school teacher Mel Mycroft told the BBC's Today programme that the impact is still clear on pupils today.
Every year group since then, we are noticing that you've got to almost be like mum to the children, because they need a lot more support, they need a lot more care, a lot more nourishing, and we're reteaching these things, simple things like sitting on the carpet. We're more of a carer as well as a teacher now.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Nuno gets to grips with West Ham and why Leo's new look is a must-have. Right after this.
Hey, it's Jamie East here from the Smart 7, and today's episode's brought to you by Pension Bee and their award-winning Pension Confident podcast. Getting your head around pensions might seem overwhelming, but that's where Pension Bee comes in. They're on a mission to build pension confidence. So whether you're just starting on your pension journey, you're nearing retirement, or like me, you're somewhere a little bit in between, then you should have a listen to the Pension Confident podcast. It's an award-winning podcast that digs into topics that really matter with the help of financial experts. So that could be the basics of how pensions, ISAs or mortgages work, and things like how to get started on saving for a happy retirement. And a bit like the Smart 7 does with the news, they break down complex pensions finance into language that we can all understand. You can listen or download the Pension Confident podcast wherever you get your podcast from, or you can watch the episodes on YouTube. And remember, anything discussed on the podcast shouldn't be regarded as financial or legal advice, and when investing, your capital is at risk.
Welcome back.
The Ryder Cup may have finished on Sunday night, but the American team was still sore about the loss on Monday. They complained about the envelope system that saw points from one match halved after Norway's Victor Hovland had to drop out injured, and they complained about the Europeans teasing Donald Trump after Rory McIlroy got a text from the US president. None of that changed the result, however, and the big question now is whether Luke Donald will stay on as European captain for the 2027 tournament. Away from golf, Everton took on West Ham on Monday evening, with New Hammer's boss Nuno Espirito Santo only having a couple of days to get to know his team. The game ended 1-1, giving West Ham a point, and Nuno was happy with the performance.
Our message today was very clear. It's about competing as a team, being close to each other, and the boys did well. I think overall is a good first game for us.
Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't done a whole lot of comedies in his stellar movie career, but his new movie, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, is getting rave reviews. It's called One Battle After Another, and stars DiCaprio as an ex-revolutionary stoner who gets called into action when his daughter goes missing. It's a chaotic action comedy, and a shot of DiCaprio in a toweling robe has already gone viral for its Big Lebowski vibes. Leo says it's not like any normal action movie.
He's sitting home smoking pot, watching old revolutionary movies. His daughter gets captured. Why take the bathrobe off? You gotta go. You gotta go get your girl. Robe and shorts, bare feet, and this little pink backpack for his daughter, who is probably 3 years old at the time. It's like the opposite of Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Writer and director Noah Baumbach has a new movie on the way, and if you're wondering why that name is familiar, it could be because he co-wrote Barbie with Greta Gerwig. This time it's a slightly more reality-based comedy starring George Clooney as an aging movie star who is travelling through Europe, reminiscing about his life and his choices. It's called Jay Kelly, and it also stars Adam Sandler as Clooney's manager, along with Laura Dern, Billy Crudup and Bono's daughter Eve Hewson. It's due to drop on Netflix on December 5th.
Lately, I feel like my life doesn't really feel real. Suddenly remembering things. What is that? Memory? That's like a movie where I'm playing myself.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
If you're a smoker or vapor ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.